Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Hello, Sid. I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm great, eh? I look forward to catching up with you on another round of Now regarding the sports culture in the UAE versus South Africa. So, my opening question to you is now, what sports does the UAE have that South Africa doesn't?
Well, two things come to mind. One is camel racing, which I know is definitely not in South Africa, and the other
Yeah.
one is falconry. So you
Oh.
got these huge eagles, and you can actually take photos of them. So you go out into the desert, and they put this like a leather guard on your hand, and you can actually take pictures with the falcons on. They're pretty huge and they're pretty heavy.
Mhm,
But yeah, those are the two things that come to mind that South Africa doesn't have, which is
mhm.
camel racing and falconry.
Okay. How popular is camel racing in the UAE, and have you ever attended a race?
So camel racing is pretty much like the horse racing in South Africa, where they do have the regular races and the like. So that as well, they have it out on the more on the desert side, where they have the desert activities and the like. It's quite common amongst the Bedouins and the local heritage. You have real enthusiasts here that, I don't know how they bet on it or how they do it, but
Mhm.
they do definitely have the camel racing here. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance of attending one of those. The tickets are super expensive.
I
But
can imagine.
what they do is they don't just have the camel race. They would have the camel race, they would have belly dances, they would have like an open buffet. And, so it's like one big night of partying coupled with the camel racing. So it's not just your camel racing as such done and dusted, you up and you leave. So there's a lot more to it, and a lot of the Bedouins and the like, they organize these events. So I'm yet to attend one. I will let you know when I do.
Okay. I know this is not part of my question, but then you mentioned about the belly dancing. Is that actually before the whole racing starts?
So sometimes it's before, where they have the opening acts, they have the
Okay.
fire throwers, the fire blowers,
Hmm.
and during the course after the racing has been completed, then they would have the dinner part of it, and they would continue with the belly dancing and whatever activities they have planned for the night.
Okay. There's actually a comment here. I don't know if this comment is a question or just a comment, but I'll show it to you anyway. This is from Jitin Reshika. Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi is another place of interest which took me aback.
Oh yes. Yes, Ferrari World. I've been there with my kids, and
Hmm.
it's if you've got a love for cars. I've got two petrol head sons, so they were in awe from the time we got there till the time we left. And in Ferrari World, they have the rides like you would have. I'm not sure if you've been to Gold Reef City in
Yeah.
South Africa. So it's like Gold Reef City coupled with the Ferrari World. So you can buy your merchandise there. You can have foods. Everything is the Ferrari theme. So it's a beautiful experience. If ever you're coming out this way, definitely
Hmm.
go and visit Ferrari World.
Wow. Okay. What difference have you noticed in how people support or follow sports in both countries?
Ooh, well, South Africans, I would definitely say, are fiercely passionate.
Mm.
When you look at the packed stadiums and the painted faces with their vuvuzelas, and they support. I know when it's rugby season, they
Mm.
go all out. I've seen people that even decorate their houses with the different flags, etc. They have that obsession, when it comes to their sport. But whereas here in the UAE, I would say it's more like a fandom. I would say it's more unified, to certain sectors of people. So you get the lower budget, if I may say,
Mhm.
and then you get the super ultra luxury events. So you've got the two extremes of sporting events. Whereas South Africa, they're hardcore, it's in their blood. you'd find that passion about them.
All right. Are there any unique fitness or wellness trends in Dubai that stand out to South Africa?
Well, in we are in a place where you got the cream of the crop of doctors, beauticians, you name it, sporting enthusiasts, everything, like your chiropractors, etc. So they have something called cryptotherapy. They have the IV drips.
Wow.
I think it's very recently introduced into South Africa, the IV drips, and they have these biohacking lounges, and they have these oxygen bars or these oxygen tanks that you can go and get pure oxygen. They often have like fitness challenges, but obviously with the heat, it is not outdoors, it's basically indoors. But in summertime, in wintertime, from about the end of September, then they start organizing the Dubai Fitness Challenge, and then they try to engage the whole city to get onto these wellness drives. Whereas in South Africa, it's more of its approach tends to be more grounded. It's more in nature. I love the hiking trails in South Africa. They would do the outdoor yogas, the running trails, the boot camps, and the like. So, but whereas here in the UAE, it's more glam, high tech. It doesn't feel that earthy and holistic like South Africa does.
Wow. All right. My last question to you is: have you had any personal experiences playing or watching sports in other countries that really stood out to you?
Well, in South Africa, I would say I've been to a few matches, being the rugby. We call it soccer, but here it's more football. And that raw, authentic energy, that pride that the people, carry with them when they're going into these games. You can feel the heartbeat of a nation. Whereas here in Dubai, I've attended, I think it was a couple of years back, I've attended an IPL cricket match.
Nice.
And yes, it was a different type of a thrill, but I felt restricted, if I may say. I couldn't be my wild South African self and be
Oh,
cheering and screaming. Yes. Yeah, but there's two contrasting experiences, I would say.
okay. I just before I let you go, there's actually another comment here. Let me just open that up for you. Again from Jitin Reshika. The oxytocin therapy has been around for more than a decade in South Africa.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, that's um, the oxygen therapy. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was in South Africa for that long. So if that's another thing, and apparently it's very beneficial it has good health benefits to it. So, and one thing, when you do come this side, if you haven't
Mhm.
had it yet, is you got to have the hammam.
Okay.
Hammam is a Turkish bath
Mhm.
where they literally, you either have, they call it two hands or four hands. So
Mhm.
if it's two hands, it's one person, and four hands, two people. They wear these, it's called a loofah glove, and they literally
Mhm.
scrub your body down.
Wow.
So they put you onto this like a marble bed, and
Mhm.
they've got these hoses, and they use this Turkish soap, and they literally scrub you down. Then they
Wow.
make you sit into a steam room,
Mhm.
and after the steam room they put you into like a milk bath
Hmm.
with the rose petals, like a real Cleopatra style. And then they give you a massage with different oils. So like when we were little, our moms gave us baths by hand, so it's
Uh-huh.
very much like going back to your roots of your mom giving you a bath. But it feels, skin feels tender after the time, but it's something I would definitely recommend.
It sounds. Is it? How much is that kind of treatment?
If I had to equate it in rand, it will probably be about 1,500 thereabout and upwards.
Oh, sorry. Can you just repeat that because I actually lost.
Okay, 1,500
Okay.
rand,
Okay.
like the minimum. So that would include your bath, the scrub, the milk bath, and the massage, the oil massage after that.
All right. Okay, this is probably going to be the last one here because I know your time is precious. So this is probably going to be my last one here for you. Wow, please recommend a place for hammam. Would love to experience.
Well, in here in in the east, there's plenty of places, but in South Africa, there's Yada Castle
Mm-hmm.
in the Centurion area, Irene area actually.
Mm-hmm.
Irene,
Mm-hmm.
it's called Yada Castle. They actually offer the hammam there, but I don't know what the price is though. So you can have a Turkish meal where they have you
Uh-huh.
can sit down on those little poofs and have a Turkish meal and maybe do the hammam before the actual meal.
Okay. All I got to say is thanks so much for your time.
You're most welcome. Have a great day further. Lovely chatting as usual.
Likewise.